Eli Tomac, a new season's here. You've announced that it's going to be your final one. So, what's the emotion like on a day like today?
It's like hard to accept, but it is what it is. I'm just going with it. I'll just think about it once the time comes. I'm trying not to. Smell the roses too much because I feel like that'll affect my racing. So I'm, taking this as serious as ever. I'm having the mindset that I'm going to compete for wins. But yeah, it's amazing. There's no place like Anaheim 1. I love showing up to this stadium and just being here.
Do you think there's almost, considering it, is almost certainly your last season, does that give you a renewed energy for that last one, in comparison, there might be 3 to go, there might be, I feel like when there's 1 to go and the form that you're in, it's almost that re-energizing type environment feel for you. Do you feel that?
Yeah, it is. Like, not leaving any stone unturned, man. Had really good off-season training that way, and yeah, like I said, I don't want to sit here and really have it be the full send-off, and because I feel like that'll affect some of my mindset. But try to enjoy it at the same time.
Sexton, Anaheim 1, 2025 season, press day, ready to get it?
Yeah, I always enjoy press day. A lot of anticipation for tomorrow. So first look at the track. Track looks really good this year. Actually, it looks like a lot of different options. I watched the MX Sim race Wednesday night, so I got a little layout of the track and what to expect. So should be fun. Get to ride today, and overall just kind of relaxed and ready for tomorrow.
Off season for you. We lost you in an injury there at the Super Motocross Championship finale. How was that exiting and then sitting through the off season? Does it a sense of it feeds more of the drive coming into Anaheim? How's that been?
Yeah, I was pretty pissed off for about a week or a week and a half, and then I kind of calmed down. Obviously the injuries weren't too bad. I kind of had a bone bruise in my finger, and then my back was all torn up from getting landed on. So once I got through that, it was pretty much, I was back to normal and got to do my normal off-season stuff. And the drive has always been the same. I don't lack motivation or anything like that. So honestly, sometimes I need to calm down a little bit more is kind of the key. So just happy, grateful to be back racing. This year was the first year, not the first year, but I'm really looking forward to getting back racing. I feel like in the years past, the off-season goes by so fast and you're kind of like, oh, I feel like I was just racing a month ago. So this year I feel like I had an ample amount of time off, and I'm really excited actually to be back racing and kind of see where we stand. I should be in a better spot than last year. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, Cooper Webb, the 25 season is here. It's come around quickly. I feel like between Paris and also Australia, even though that didn't end the way you would have liked to, the form was there. So has that been intentional to kind of come into form sooner for this season?
Oh, I wouldn't say intentional. I think it just kind of worked out, right? Like I had the surgery on my thumb after Supercross and missed all the outdoors, right? And then only got to race the one outdoor and got hurt again. So we did SMX, and then with the crazy shuffling, we were able to go to Nations. And I just think it was one of those things where it kind of made sense to keep going after that, and that's what we did. And yeah, I feel great. I feel like things are really going well for me. And yeah, we were able to race Paris and kind of race, Australia, and obviously Oz didn't end well, but overall the speed and the racing and everything like that went really well. So yeah, it's been good. We've been at the goat farm. Obviously Eli was there in December, which has been great. He's ripping right now, so that made us step it all up. And yeah, I just feel comfortable. Bike's the same, team's the same, training's the same. So yeah, I think we're in a good spot, but you never truly know till the gate drops.
You're known for obviously making it happen when it counts, but is there any one thing this year that you can sort of look at and think, this is what it's going to take for me to, be in contention for the outset, be there till the end?
I mean, I think it's, as we know, beating Jet, right? I think that's the question. But I think this year will be interesting. I could be totally wrong, but I think there's a lot of good guys. And I think that all of us are in a good spot, in good form. Contract years for people, like it's everyone going to be firing really at their best. So with that being said, you're going to have to win races, right? But I feel like I'm riding well. My speed is good, and like I said here a month ago, yeah, there's going to be nights where I might not have anything for anybody, but I think there's going to be nights where I do. So I'm looking forward to the challenge, and I think just staying in it. It's a long series, so as we know, anything can happen. But over 17, I feel like I've been relatively good at staying in it. So that's going to be the game plan, and just take it weekend by weekend.
Hey, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Shimoda, it's here, Anaheim 1, new season. It's a lot of new things for you, but how was your off season?
It was good. New place in Florida. I think I had some good quality days riding. Track's been good at Sandbox and stuff. So, no, I'm stoked.
How different is it for you to make that move to Florida, to have the new training facility, the environment?
Well, it's team is really flexible on that side. Bringing bike over there, so I can ride anytime. But then like outside of the team, like the houses, like where to live and stuff, like it's a big deal. It takes a little bit of time to adjust everything. But yeah, that's the only part that was hard for me. But no, it's been good.
And the new bike for the new season as well. How's that adaptation been for you? And are you at 100% comfort? As good as you can be leading into round one.
I think bike. There's no perfect bike, I would say, but much better point than last year. And no, I feel confident. So excited actually.
Hunter Lawrence, Anaheim 1 for 2025. Look, A1 didn't go your way last year,
No.
but you definitely, ticked off some major achievements throughout the year. Is it a sense of continuing where you left off?
Yes and no, absolutely. Obviously, mentally, I know where I left off, and it was a great place. Checking out second in SMX and then winning Motocross of Nations, second in the the Outdoor Nationals. So that was good. We finished a really strong year off, and I feel like towards Supercross we were climbing our way back towards the front, which is good. But no, mate, same thing. Just come here. I'm happy to be here. I love to race Saturday night. I can't wait for the gate drop.
Is it almost like a sense of, okay, rookie season, you go in, you learn it, you do what you got to do, you have your achievements, and then second year it's execute. Is that the plan? Is that how this thing goes?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in just logging laps, dude. I feel like every season I can compete in and complete is the first foremost. Obviously finishing it, being at every race this year. Last year I missed Alabama ran. Came back maybe a little too early to Detroit. So I only missed one round last year, which that's a goal. That's a goal for me. Line up every round. I haven't done that yet. Line up at 17 rounds of Supercross, so that's a goal for me. And just same thing as what it was all year. Just execute my start, put myself in a good position, good chance up front, up early. In Supercross, it's even more important. So yeah, that's it. And then just ride my laps, man.
Pre-season for you, you took the route of gate drops. You did some stuff overseas, back in Australia. Is that a recharge the batteries as well? Is that keeping gate drops? What's that pre-season been like for yourself?
It's been good. It's been really busy. It's good though. We got to go back to Oz. We got to go to Paris again. So it's cool. We really enjoy those events. And we all complain about the season being long and stuff, but they're just such a great opportunity to go race in some unique places. Obviously for us, go home for the first time in 8-9 years. So for myself, and it's been fun. Gate drops, I think, are the best form of racing best form of training and practicing. So yeah, we really strongly believe it's good, and it's just fun. We don't get to do a lot of stuff that we choose to do for fun as much because we're so busy, and that stuff's cool. It just keeps it's great, and obviously guaranteed money to go, and you don't result based. So it's just a fun event and great vibe.
Haiden Deegan, a return to the West Coast for 2025. How's the off-season been and coming into Anaheim here tomorrow?
Yeah, off season went really well. It's the best off season I've had so far, so that's a positive. No injuries. It's nice having a good preseason. Last year I got kind of screwed with the wrist, so I was kind of unsure coming into Supercross how I do, but now I'm confident. I haven't had an injury, and I've been pinning the laps, grinding hard, training my heart out. That's what you got to do, and really kind of been on the thing where it's just like, I want to win so bad. I'm just like, I'll do almost anything to win this championship. So, was ready to go. Chose A1 to do the coast this year, and ready to spin it up.
We've heard, the goat farm has sort of been the place to be for last month. Eli Tomac spending some time there as well. How's that go, training with these guys, chasing these 450 guys around this track? What's that been like for you?
Yeah, it's awesome doing laps with those guys. Really, really good to kind of base your speed off those guys too. They're 450 guys. Those dudes are the vets. They know how to pick it up at any time. So in training with those guys, I've kind of done this year a little more my own program as well, kind of getting a little better technique on the bike and just evolving a little more, which I feel like to get to the higher level, you got to do that. And but also, go mix it up with all the boys at the farm too. So that's kind of been this preseason, and definitely cool having the older guys with us.
Ken, Roczen, a new season, it's arrived, Anaheim 1, so you spoke in the press conference about some changes to the bike and the transmission, suspension, that kind of thing. You feel like it's a step forward, pretty confident that it is that another level?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, motor-wise, the transmission made a huge difference. Like I said, and I probably have about 2.5 weeks or so on it, 3 weeks maybe. But I think that helped me out a lot, and I overall enjoyed it. I mean, you still have to. It's not like all of a sudden going to make you 20 seconds faster, but like I enjoyed having that transmission in, and then of course, like suspension-wise, just going with REP. We've done a bit of testing, and we've made very targeted adjustments, and I do feel like I know my bike really well right now. And going though to the first race, you know how it is. Like there's always going to be something to work on, but I haven't really made that many clicks change at all in the past few weeks. So overall, I've just been pretty comfortable on the bike, and just looking for reliability. And my bike has been feeling pretty consistent. So I think that's what any rider wants.
Where do you even find a transmission like that, considering the Suzuki's an older platform? Where does that technology come from, or where does the team find it?
I mean, this transmission stuff should be coming straight from Japan, actually. We've tried something a couple years ago, and we now have finally had some available. Honestly, that would be a question for Larry more so, but I know we tried that a couple years ago and we haven't had it so far, but we do have them now and put them in, and I was really happy with it. So
we hear about guys like Eli, possibly most likely being his final season. Where would you sort of say you're at of the timeline in your career at this point?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of taking it year by year as well. This could be the last year. It could not be. Like I honestly, from the past couple of years, I feel like there was always something, somewhat in place that I wanted to do, and this year I have just signed for Supercross and 3 SMX rounds pretty much. Of course I'm going to be racing WSX as well, but I honestly don't really know what the future holds like at all. But for right now, I need to just focus on racing for a little bit and kind of go from there. Like, I don't know, 2026 seems very unknown for me as well, like personally.
You on Anaheim 1, when we come here tomorrow night, as they know, you can come in feeling so good. A lot of people do, but all changes once the gates drop. So how much does experience count at the opener?
Experience counts a lot, but I mean the one thing is in our class that everybody has a lot of experience now, So I'm honestly really calm. Like I said, I've had a good off season. My last 4 weeks have been really good, and I'm ready. I know everybody's ready, and I'm just going to keep it super calm and focus on, turn after turn, lap after lap, and making no mistakes. And last year I was really good in the beginning of the season and just had some shitty luck with starts or crashes that basically the results didn't really show like how well I really rode. So it can start up anyway, you know what I mean? So I'm really just wanting to put myself in good position with starts, and I know when I get good starts, you know, I'm plenty fit to go hard for 20+1, and yeah, we'll see.
Justin Cooper, the another season of 450 SX, so I feel like there's almost a little bit more energy, a little bit more interest behind you for 2025. Can you feel that?
Yeah, I think 2024 was a year of learning and adapting to the new class, the new bike, and yeah, it was really good to get the full season under my belt. That was important, and had some really good races, and you know, I did really what I wanted to was just make it through the season and get that experience. So coming into this season, we have a lot more under our belt, and we know what to expect. So it's, I'm in a lot better spot mentally. It's a lot more comfortable for me to be here and not so intimidating.
We spoke at the SMX Media Days about just that, the balance between turning up every weekend and making sure you're there, but also the need to put it on the line. So talk about that balance, and you know, I feel like you're looking to elevate that for this year to find that edge. Yeah,
like last year, I knew it's a lot of risk racing. I mean, you got 31 rounds. There's a lot that can happen. So it's sports crazy for sure. And yeah, I think going into this year, just changing a few things now, and kind of just really looking at what we learned last year and changing stuff, and you know, really have the speed to run up front. So you know, maybe on a track that we're not so comfortable with, and there's a lot of risk, it's you know, sometimes safer to stay in your comfort zone, but would like to get out of my comfort zone a lot more this year and really show what I'm capable of.
Jason Anderson returned to Anaheim for 2025. Preseason for you, how was that? How was the last 3 months leading into today?
Yeah, honestly, for me, it was kind of normal. I just went to the practice track, rode my road bike, and tried to get my bike better, my fitness better, and hopefully it'll show.
It's been a case of things you've enjoyed, obviously having Garrett Marchbanks, and then obviously a new teammate there of Jorge. What's that been like, having that fresh breath of air sort of around the team?
Yeah, to be honest, just the enthusiasm. Obviously, Garrett, you know, he's excited to. He's a 250 kid, so he's excited to try and be better, and he's young. And then you got Jorge, who's similar. You know, he's young. He's coming from Europe, so everything's still kind of got a little bit of shine on it. You know, so it's nice for me, being at the age I am. It's nice to have that enthusiasm at the practice track and day in and day out, because it makes it a little bit easier to cope with the hard work.
25 season for you, is it a case of being a contention to win races, winning races? What do you see, you know, on the cards for you coming into this year?
I don't think you ever really know. You know, I felt really good some years and it's not gone the way I thought, and then I felt kind of not the best and surprised myself. So to be honest, I'm just excited to take it for what it is, and I'm just enjoying still racing, and I want to do good. But yeah, I love going to work, doing my job, and coming home to my family.
Here's the future. Is there many years left in this for you? Do you see where you're at with that, or?
To be honest, for me, I mean, I don't really care to stop racing at all. So as long as people keep giving me jobs and I'm still motivated to go, there's no reason for me to stop. So whether it's, you know, 2 more years, 3 more years, 4 more years, I don't know. Obviously, I know there's going to come to a point where age is definitely going to become a factor, and I think doing the full season's tough. But I think I still. Obviously this year and the next 2 years, I really want to do Supercross and motocross. And then after that, if I continue, I don't know if I'm going to be 35 years old racing in the summer. But I would still love to be out here racing Supercross, because I enjoy it, and I enjoy having that purpose in my life.
Thanks, Jason.
Yep.
Hey, I'm Malcolm Stewart, another Anaheim one, and feels like this one came around quite quickly, but yeah, this year for you, I think there's even more to build on from last year.
Yeah, I think it's more like the world's spinning faster. That's what I think. You said it came around quite quickly. I was like, yeah, no, it's definitely because world's spinning faster. I'm telling everybody. But no, it's going into this season, I actually feel really good for 2025. Last year I kind of felt like I was like, may have to race myself into shape, 10 months off the bike, things like that. So this year I actually feel really good. Completed all 31 races, and had a really good off season. Did the Paris race, that was fun, and I just kind of kept myself. I was like, I just want to try to stay on the bike as much as I can, and so far everything's been going really good. So just try to keep it really just nice and cool. I know with this one, Anaheim 1, it's crazy. I've been doing this for, I think it's my 14th, 15th year now doing it. So it's been awesome. I still have the same jitterbugs as when I was a kid back in 2011. So, but I'm not going to make this make it or break me for Anaheim 1. To me, I look at this as another race, right? So whatever happens Saturday night, tomorrow night, you got 30 more tries to get it done.
When I think back to the outdoors last year, the results were quite consistent and improved as this season went on. You're known as more of a Supercross guy, so that little bit of momentum, even from that point last year, it all counts, doesn't it?
It does. Doing a full doing a full season was good, and I needed everything I had, to get back in there. So. It was fun, got to meet a lot of people at the different races, fans that I haven't seen in over 10 years, right? So to go to some races and do that and all over again was fun. And again, I've definitely been enjoying myself. And unfortunately, my teammate RJ Hampshire is not going to be able to do the West Coast series, but I'm excited for him to kick off. For a hometown for him, for Tampa, so that would be awesome. But in the meantime, I got to make sure I go out here and do my job and keep this Rockstar Husqvarna, up front where it needs to be.
Final one from me. You mentioned RJ, but in terms of 450 class for this year, it's just you, at least in Supercross. So, how much does that change the dynamic, if at all?
Not in a bad way or anything like that. If anything, it's just. With our team, we're a small individual, team on a Husqvarna, but we all work hard. They all work very hard, so it doesn't feel like having one rider, one 450 or two 450 this year was going to be anything awkward. Unfortunately, there's a couple races that had to do that this past season in Supercross where I was kind of by myself. So having that, dynamic doesn't really change the outcome for me. It's more so it's just go out here and do what you're supposed to do. And, it's Saturday, man. It's racing no matter what. Where if you have 5 people in your truck or not, it don't matter. We're going out here to do our job.
Hey, Jorge, Prado, you're back for 2025, this time for a full season with Monster Energy Kawasaki. So a new team for you, a new challenge. How's the excitement levels right now?
Very excited. New championship, like you said, new bike, new team, everything's new. So it's cool to get this going here in A1. Got to experience a little bit of how it feels to race here from last year. So I'm excited to start riding.
What's been the biggest challenge so far in the transition?
Biggest challenge? Everything's new. I think that's the biggest challenge. Just everything from team to riding Supercross. So just getting used to it. I still have to improve a lot. So it's been a challenge, yeah. Just try to get better and better. But it's fun. It's fun.
Some incidents during the pre-season, off-season. Has that impacted you much, or?
Well, I mean, when you crash, it always impacts, especially mentally, but also time-wise. I mean, I stopped the season very late, and with those crashes, I just couldn't really put as much time as I really wanted on the bike. So more time, to be honest, than mentally, because I feel quite good, confident on my riding and on the bike. But yeah, the good thing is I'm feeling good right now. That's good, healthy, and it's important to start healthy this season.
How would you rate your, your position then this time around versus 12 months ago? The feeling?
The feeling is different because I know I'm racing here now full time, so I feel like I'm more focused and more ready kind of mentally to approach this first event of the year.
Do you, when you look at, say, the first 4 rounds and then beyond that, 17 rounds of Supercross, 11 outdoors, 3 SMX. it's a long season. I know GPs is as well, but is there strategy in that to make it from one step to the next?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to try to stay on two wheels the whole season. Don't get too excited. Emotions, control the emotions, and that's, I think, key. Try to learn as much as I can. This will be, like I said, my first full season of Supercross, so hopefully I can just learn a lot and get a lot of experience for the future.
Hey, we look forward to seeing your progress. Thank you.
Thank you.
A return to Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki for Garrett Marchbanks in 2025. How's the off-season been leading into West Coast Supercross?
Yeah, it's been good. Me and Jason Anderson and Troll Train have been working together for another year and a half. We worked together a little bit back when I was back east with club, and now out here in the West Coast we've been training together, and yeah, it's been solid. We've had a super good boot camp on and off the bike, and feeling good for this upcoming season. I feel like him and I both are, I feel like, title guys this year, so I'm super excited for it.
The return to Pro Circuit for you, has it been a sense of comfort getting back on that Kawasaki, something you knew? What's been the biggest changes you've sort of found, after stepping away from the team a couple of years ago?
I think just being grateful for the things I had. For me, I didn't realize what I was going to be missing for the first few years until I came back. And I mean, man, the suspension's been great. The motor package has been great. Just everything's been good. And just to have the tools that we have here versus what I did have, I feel like it's a whole. And I finally have the right pieces of the puzzle to put everything together here. And not saying I didn't before, but I feel like here I have the right stuff for me. And no, it's been great. I've been super pumped with everything and how the bike's been, and yeah.
Is it chasing those guys around the practice track? Jason Anderson being on a 450. What's that been the biggest difference after leaving club back to this program you're with?
For me, just I don't know. It was, I've never had a gap to chase someone before. I feel like I've always been super close, or I've just been kind of the lead guy for the last 3.5 years prior with club. And now having Jason, dude's unreal. I mean, he's been so much faster than most of us at the test track. And for me to have a guy like that, for me to chase every day, day in and day out, you really don't realize how much better you're getting until you start looking at the lap times or the progress you've done. And I realized I was chipping that quite a bit off. So I don't know, it's been awesome. Super grateful for the riding partner I have. It's not just a guy to ride with, but a friend to help you learn on and off the bike with stuff.
Was the plan always to race west, or is that something Mitch came up with late in the decision making? Did you know, or?
No, I had no idea. I honestly didn't really get a full "you're West Coast" until I guess Tuesday. It was kind of like, "You ready for this weekend?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess I'm West then." I'm assuming. So, yeah, that was about it. Yeah, I didn't really find out until this week.
Championship contender for Garrett Marchbanks, winning races. What's the expectation you give yourself leading into 250 West?
For me, I think if I want to stay in it the whole time, you got to be a consistent 1-4 guy. 5th is the worst possible spot you could do on a bad night. For me, I realized if I could just be a consistent podium guy, there should be no reason why I can't stay in the hunt the whole time.